Espresso.
Hear the vibrato?
Cure my depresso.
Can you please throw that dead wasp away? Don't even play. Don't even play.
Hey, there's sheets. You don't want to get coffee on the
If you would have
sheets.
gotten that espresso all over our white linen sheets, baby, it's not funny. It's really not funny.
All right, you ready to film?
Babe, I've been ready. I've been waiting on you.
Okay, let's film.
You still didn't throw it away. You just put it on the counter.
You haven't bought a trash can? They put it.
There's a trash can in the bathroom.
No, but why don't we have one in here?
That is a first world problem, babe.
It's a very first world
That
problem.
is a spoiled brat.
You're spoiled. It is. You throw away the wasp.
No!
How did it get in our house?
I don't know. You tell me. Are you ready?
I'm born ready.
You want me to welcome him back to the channel?
Would you please, my love, do us the honors?
Well, hello, you guys. Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Courtesy of my wife, Tori, me, Chad, and this pimple with a pimple patch that needs to start paying taxes.
Guys, we love those little pimple patches.
I don't like this. These are like the old ones that don't have the little thing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways.
Welcome to our life update.
Guys, we're back home. Did you miss this room?
I did.
Because we missed this room.
She cried.
I genuinely, tears welled up in my eyes as we got back home. I can't even like express it because I feel like I've literally never gone on a trip so long before in my life. Like never have been gone for that many days, especially in a season where you really love your home. Like if this would have happened when we were back at our rental house, I wouldn't have felt the same. Like
Not quite the same.
I just wouldn't have felt the same because my heart wasn't there. But my heart is in this home, and so when I walked back through, I was going around the house singing, I love our home, I love our home. And I was going in like every room, just tears welled up. Got in the bed and I was like, this is the best.
It really is the best. And little pro tip, if you ever go on a trip, wash your sheets before you leave.
Yes.
And then make your bed before you leave.
It was
so when you come home, and you come home to those crispy, cool sheets that are inviting you to warm them up. Oh. Have you seen that TikTok sound? Have you seen that TikTok sound? The one where it's just macaroni and chicken.
Okay, you guys, Chad made me macaroni for lunch today, macaroni and cheese. Then
We're supposed to be healthy, babe. Don't tell them this.
It's what? It was organic mac and cheese.
She just said since when? We're healthy sometimes.
We're not like overly healthy eaters, babe. We're not. Let's be real.
We're not.
We eat Chick-fil-A like 3 to 4 times a week.
That's a part of our tithe, babe. We've talked about this. This is our generosity.
Well, and then I ate the macaroni and cheese and I was like, I need a 20-minute little power nap because I have loved being back at home and I feel like I'm like hibernating because it's been so long since we've been here. And then I had a dream that I was teaching my friend how to make macaroni and cheese. This is the most random life update ever. Okay, let's get to the actual updates. Okay, so before we left, we told you guys.
Yep. The shower wall. The shower floor, the bathroom floor.
I have not brushed my hair in
bed,
like 2 days. So.
My underwear, my socks, hair everywhere.
Okay. So before we left, we told y'all that we were going on our first annual vision casting retreat as a couple. And I think we briefly mentioned it in another video, but I would love to like break it down because when Chad was so excited about it to begin with, I was excited, but I had no idea like why he was this jacked about it. And it's partially because I think he had read through like the curriculum and the books and everything else, so he like knew what was coming. And for me, I just had this perception of like, I'm sure it's gonna be great, but are we actually gonna work through all that stuff? Are we actually gonna have all those conversations? Like, I would say I was more leaning towards the skeptic side, like internally.
I did not know that. You did not give me those vibes.
I feel like
skeptic vibes.
Only skeptic in terms of like how much we would actually like accomplish on the trip.
Do you know what noise I just made?
The
Law and Order. Whenever something's like skeptic, you know?
But anyways, skeptic in the way of like, are we actually gonna walk through everything? Because for like 2 months, Chad was so jacked about this trip, but he kept saying, we'll talk about that on the vision retreat. We'll talk, and I was like, this sounds like a lot of conversations need to be had on this trip.
There is.
We need an English major over here.
Listen, I don't want to pull your ear talking about this thing, But if you ever get a chance to do a vision retreat, and you can do that as a single person, you can do that with friends, with family, you can do it. The main premise of it is for you to get a grip on your last year. How was it? What did I feel? What happened spiritually? What happened emotionally? What happened physically? What happened financially? What happened last year? And then you spend a few hours thinking about that, and you want to process it. Go get lunch, go get a pizza, come home to wherever you're staying, and then you spend the next few hours going about, okay, what do I want to change for this year? So for us, it's April 2022 to April 2023. What do we want to change? What do we want to look different? Do we want to rest more? Do we want to start something new? What do we want to... And it gives you space from life's pressures and life's obligations and life's distractions, because there's so many of them. It gives you space away to dream and cast vision for your life, because we believe this, and we hope that you believe this, and if you don't believe it, that's okay, but we encourage you to think about it, is that God has made you completely unique. You are a unique creation in Christ, and He has equipped you and given you specific passions that are only yours. And of course, we have like the capital C callings that are the same, like love thy neighbor, but there are things that God has purposed you for, and what are those things? And this retreat is getting down to the bottom of it and just exploring those things in a really fun way. Can we talk about how gorgeous that's looking up there? Can you see that? That's my favorite part of our whole house.
It is.
The little ripples of the pool.
Yeah.
And then you create like a mission statement for your next year. And then the fourth session, so the third session is mission statement. The fourth session is, okay, you want to make all these changes. How? And that's actually the one we didn't finish.
So we like had 4 sessions to work through, but we only got through 3. And I think that the beauty of doing it was there was no like strict, you have to get through all of these things. And Chad was saying this, that his mentors are really encouraging him that the majority of the trip, 51%, should be something that brings you joy. Like the conversation should bring you joy. It's stuff that you're really excited about and you're passionate about and you feel like God is calling you to. And I think that's why we had such a good experience.
How come you want to do that?
How come I want to do what?
We talk about things that bring you joy 51% of the time.
Because you want to look forward to the trip.
Exactly. And it's really simple. It's not this super intense, in-depth situation that you have to have formal education for. No, it's like, think about it. If I have more fun on this trip than I had not fun, then I'm going to look forward to doing it again in the future.
Yeah, like we literally tried to book next year's trip.
Already.
They but you can only book like 8 months in advance because we want to go back to the same area. We just loved it so much. We went to Alice Beach in 30A. I know a lot of people ask, like, where are you guys?
Paradise.
And it truly is like the Italy of Florida. Like that place is so beautiful. Alice Beach, Rosemary, all of that like 30A area in the panhandle of Florida is just so beautiful. It's where I grew up and I was very spoiled by those beaches, like white sand, warm water. It was a slightly chilly when we went, which was like a little unfortunate.
It is what it is.
At the beach it was a little chilly, but it's fine. It reminded me when I was in high school and all the like tourists would come in for spring break and it would be like a week of rain or something. And I'm like,
oh my gosh. Can you imagine spending that much money? So we did our vision retreat and we haven't finished it, but that's again what Tori was saying is that this is not a box for you to check to say, okay, now I did it, now I'm moving on with my life. It's about you living with intention and you carry the things you learn from your retreat throughout each day. And it's just exciting to feel like we have a plan and we have excitement going forward versus we're just letting life knock us around because it does. Life hits everybody. And then we're just trying to respond to try to keep up. But these types of retreats help you get a grip on your life and feel like you're being proactive towards situations. Yeah,
and it allowed us the space to dream because I'm so happy to be home, but once we're home, it's like, okay, I really need to do laundry. Like you get caught up in like the day-to-day like home tasks.
Like chores and
just things that need to get done. And so it allowed us that like breathing space to like actually have all these conversations without distractions. And if y'all are wanting to go on a trip like this, we went through like 3 different books and kind of molded them into like what we wanted. So we'll link those resources if y'all want to go through them. It was cool because it was one of those things that Chad was really encouraged to do through his like men's mastermind group. And we were encouraged to do as a couple through EXO Marriage. And so I don't know, it's just such a God thing.
We saw all these really, when I say successful, don't think financially. I saw these other like successful marriages and relationships and people thriving by having these retreats.
Yeah.
And so you have an eyelash.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my gosh, I'm not, okay.
You
Wish.
get it? Wish.
I wish you liked this video. It's okay, you don't have
so
to.
Corny. Okay, so that was only...
Did we just finish each other's sandwiches? Did we just become best friends?
So much room for activity.
Do you want to go make out? Wait.
Okay, that was literally only the first couple days of our month-long trip.
How far? We're 13 minutes into the video.
Babe, but you were also like making coffee for like the first 5, so.
Coffee. We went and saw Tori's family, and then we
went
saw...
to Alabama.
Yeah.
Y'all, that was a crazy situation. If y'all saw the video where we were having like a Chick-fil-A chat, my family lives out in like the country in Alabama.
Yeah.
And the Wi-Fi is like non-existent. We had the other video that y'all ended up seeing the next week about like us leaving our vision casting retreat ready to go. We tried to upload it. It was taking 18 hours.
Over 18 hours.
Over 18 hours.
For like 10 gigabytes of footage.
Which is like very normal for our videos.
Yeah. So we record a lot.
We tend to chat and record a lot of things. So anyways, that was hilarious. It was really hard, to be honest, to keep up with work and travel. I realized something about myself. I'm very much a people person, and when I'm around people, I want to be present with the person and be interactive and be in conversation, and I feel super rude when I just pick up my phone and I'm on my phone when I'm in like the presence of people that I love.
There's a lot of P words getting flown out right now. Presence, people, pleaser, potential.
So I felt like for me, I had a really hard time keeping up with life and our work being on our phones. Like I genuinely had a tough time with that because I feel so rude, and I also feel kind of awkward when I'm like in a group setting trying to story and do different things. And we got in like weird rhythms with our podcast and everything else because we're with people all day and our only silent time is like after 10 or 11 p.m. and we're having these late night conversations, and it was incredible. Like the trip was so life-giving and like so exciting and all of the things because our community really is so like spread out and we don't get to see these people often. So it was amazing, but also I always felt this sense of like, I'm so behind.
Yeah, and that's not a good feeling. A part of this trip, a big reason for the trip was actually to go record podcasts. I guess this is our formal announcement. This is what you've been waiting for. This is a small thing that we've been working on behind the scenes. We've been keeping it from you all. Some people in our newsletter have actually known about it. Look at the light come up right here. I'm like, oh. And we have a new podcast coming out. It's a long-form podcast. It's called That's Hot, which stands for having honest, open, and transparent conversations with people we love, for people we love, dog.
We're really excited about it.
But the reason I mention that is because we couldn't add a new obligation without getting ahead of it.
Yeah.
And so this trip, we actually recorded 3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And it'll be a bi-weekly podcast. It's going to be videoed as well, so you can find the YouTube channel somewhere down there in the description.
It was something that we really felt like God kind of put on our heart, as especially when we were at the EXO marriage conferences like last year, and then Chad joined his mastermind group. We just felt like, holy cow, there's so many incredible people with so much wisdom that we're having the chance to like have conversations with. Should I
shut this thing?
Yeah, you should.
That
I
light's
can feel the light.
Yes.
We're recording at like 6 p.m. 7 p.m. and so the sun is about to set. But anyways, we were just like, okay, we get to have such incredible conversations with these people who are so wise, and we want to bring that to you guys. So this podcast really is more of a way for us to act as like your mouthpiece and ask these people questions that you guys want to hear. Long story short, we're really excited about it. It's something that we've been looking forward to. We were going to try to launch this thing back in like February, but it was a little premature, and so we're really excited that it's finally coming out this month. Okay, and so then we recorded podcast, we met with people, we saw friends, we went to an EXO conference. That was so much fun. We'll probably unpack the EXO conference and like some of the topics and things that we learned in a different video, because I feel like there's just always
There's
so much gold and so much like goodness that we pull from that in regards to relationships, and y'all love that. So we'll do that in a separate video.
Is it cool if I say something though?
Yeah.
We were shocked by this. The amount of people that drove in from other states and other countries, aka Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, Canada. I feel like you have to do it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I did ask really important questions about why are you so nice and how do you feel about American bacon?
Yeah.
We met so many of you, and I was like really wowed because the conference was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So we thought that, okay, maybe we'll see some people from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
We met more people from out of state.
It's true.
And we were just so shocked by that. And so they're getting ready for more conferences this fall.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be out and about, baby. So let's go. If you guys want to check that out, go to the link in the description.
Yeah, and our code, MastersFam, works on any of their events like throughout the entire year. So if you use code MastersFam, get 50% off, which is a massive discount.
It's almost half.
It's definitely half off. So, but anyways, it was really cool to meet you guys. And then 2, I wanted to share this because I feel like I finally understand my husband, and it's taken 3 years of marriage.
I want to hear this, baby. Serenade me with that words of affirmation right quick.
Okay, so y'all know that one of the biggest, like, I don't want to say tension points, but yeah, like a tension point in our marriage has been the fact that Chad needs alone time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in the beginning he had a really hard time sharing that with me because he thought that it would hurt my feelings or make me feel like he didn't want to be around me, but it really was like he just needed time to like recoup. There came a point in this trip where I was like, I finally understand you.
Amen, dog. So
because
why do I keep saying dog?
I hit a point where I genuinely wanted to be around people and meet other people and be around our friends and be around our loved ones, but I was so emotionally and mentally drained from all of the travel and all of the amazing conversations, but I needed some more time to just recharge my batteries. And I feel like the last leg of the trip, like I even talked about this with people that we were like with, because I didn't feel like I was fully myself because I was just so like spent and so tired.
It was just and we were staying with friends, and it helped us save some money.
Yeah.
And you know, whenever you're around people, you know, from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. You know, every day, you're like, okay, like
I need some alone time. And so that's why I feel like I'd like want to hibernate for the next couple days, like in our house before we leave again, because we're about to leave again in a couple days.
Oh baby, we're going down to South Florida.
We're very excited.
And we're going to the F1 race for those of you who care.
Yes.
Is there a shadow moving out here? Do you see that?
A bug, babe.
No, like a big shadow. I don't like this. Am I gonna have to knife somebody? I think it's just a tree. What? Do you guys see that thing moving? I will protect you.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Zach better be editing this video. I was all that to say, I just finally understand Chad, and it took 3 years, and I feel like that's a huge breakthrough.
It's a huge breakthrough for me too. And it's not a bad thing. I think it's actually really kind of sweet if you feel comfortable being alone, because not everyone does, and I'm not throwing shade. Some people have things that they struggle with, and being alone can bring up a lot of thoughts and things like that. But I think if you do feel like safe with yourself, that's a pretty good thing, you know? And so when you desire just to spend time with yourself and spend time with yourself with Jesus, and I think it's a nice moment, because you just feel like, you know, I don't have to go do XYZ to feel okay. I'm just cool being still.
Straight chillin'. Wait, guys. We haven't answered a prayer. Okay, so y'all know that we've been sharing a lot about one of like the biggest prayer requests for me was to find a mentor. Well, when we were in Nashville, we had the chance to meet up with Josh and Christy Straub, who y'all will meet on the podcast. And we had the sweetest moment, the most amazing breakfast. Like literally, okay, so they're like golden retrievers as a couple, you know, just like the happiest, sweetest, truly filled with joy people that you'll ever meet. And they do everything with intention. And Chad has been talking up Josh for like months. Like,
I love Josh.
Chad loves Josh, and we had neither one of us had ever met Christy before. We walk in first watch, And literally with like tear-filled eyes, she's like, I am so excited to meet you. Like all of this stuff. And she immediately felt like just so welcoming. We sit down for breakfast and it was like we couldn't stop talking. Like we had so much to talk about. They're a little older than us. They have 3 kids, but they do very similar things that we do, which is really hard when looking for a mentor because what we do really didn't exist, 10 years ago. And so it's hard to find people who like are a little bit older yet understand what we're trying to do as being spouses, but also being co-workers because it's very true that I can absolutely adore husband Chad, but like be annoyed with coworker Chad and like how to navigate that.
I'm the boss, baby.
Funny. And so being able to talk to people who like fully and truly get it, who have a heart for ministry, a heart for family, a heart for marriage, like it's very rare. And so Chad literally like proposed to them.
Listen, let me just tell you.
Breakfast.
Tori and I talk a lot about community, and we talk about the need for, someone leading you, people walking arm in arm with you, and then people that you're leading.
Yeah.
We've been looking for another couple to lead us. Because I have mentors, and Tori's been looking for mentors, but we need a couple that like lives that same lifestyle, which is what Tori was just saying. And so I just want you guys to know that like, we don't just talk it. We live it in a sense where I looked at Josh and Christy and I said, hey, so you're probably wondering why I gathered you here today. And they weren't because we were going to get breakfast anyways because we were visiting Tennessee. But I was like, we've been looking for another couple to just make sure that we stay on track and that we're doing well and we're honoring each other. And we would love it if you guys would be willing to like mentor us in that way.
Yeah.
And they were so sweet and they said yes.
Literally like cried. They were like, we're so honored. And I was like, we're so honored. Like it was such a crazy cool moment.
It was a sweet
like
moment.
I genuinely can't tell you guys enough like how much we love them, and it was like such brief encounters. Like we were only able to really hang out with them twice when we were in Nashville.
Yeah.
But it's like I wish they
just
lived
filmed
down
the step really easy. Yeah.
Just truly wish they lived down the street. But
so
anyways,
a quick little note on them. Fun fact. They actually have their big book they have their big book being announced today. It's called Famous at Home. It's released today. I actually got it right here. It's called Famous at Home. 7 decisions to put your family center stage in a world competing for your time, your attention, and your identity. Yeah. And so if you guys aren't parents, but you know some parents, feel free to check this out on Amazon. Yeah. We'll put a link in the description because they're just such a sweet couple to us, and they're doing God's work. Yeah. And the foreword is by Gary Chapman, who wrote the love languages. Yes. So
very cool.
Just good
and
people.
If you are a parent out there, they also have a ton of children's books. They showed us when we were at their house, and they're so cute. It's like how to navigate your feelings, like worry and anger and sadness. And,
so these people are like PhDs in Christian counseling. So that's why they're so good at what they do. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, we could talk about them forever. We love them so much. But I think that's all the life updates.
I think that's all, folks. That's Hot Podcast, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, everywhere. Yeah. The YouTube channel, because we will be videoing it. Famous at Home. EXO conferences, come see us this fall. 50% off, Masters fam. I feel like, how like in rap songs, they tend to just like plug stuff. Like, that's what I was just doing.
You did. You had a plug moment.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Hot Wings show.
Hot Ones.
Hot Ones.
The only show with hot wings and even hotter questions.
Yeah. And then at the end, he's like, all right, plug yourself. I feel like you just have
this
that
camera,
moment.
that camera, or this camera. Let the people know what you got working on. I watched a lot of YouTube.
You haven't in a while, though.
Yeah. Been taking a break.
All right, you guys, we're really leaving now. We love you, and we'll see you in Thursday's video.
Do 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 do.